you need to find on your script 3 things: the volume, the number of hours that you're infusing over, and the drops per mil.
300.
350, is that correct?
Yes, ml.
Yep. Okay, and how many hours are you infusing over?
2 hours.
2. And what are the drops per mil?
Oh, it's 15 drops.
15. We're going to work out our 3 calculations again. 3 calculations that we'll need, and they are the rate, which is the volume divided by the number of hours. You're going to work out the DRD, which is the drop rate denominator. That's always 60 divided by drops per mil. And finally, what you actually want is the drops per min. So drops per min, and that is the rate divided by the drop rate denominator. Always 3 things from the script: the volume, the hours, the drops per mil, and always 3 things that we're going to calculate: the rate, the drop rate denominator, and the drops per min. So let's populate the rate. We have 350 mils divided by 2 hours. 350 divided by 2, always carry this out on your calculator, always. So that'd be 175, and that's mils per hour. Mils per hour, but you probably won't need to use the mils per hour because you'll have a little machine. Then we're going to have the drop rate denominator, which will be 60 divided by 15. How many times does 15 fit into 60? 4. Finally, we have the drops per min. The drops per min are the rate, which is in this case 175, divided by the drop rate denominator, which is 4. So we carry that out on our calculator. Everything that you're doing, you should be doing on your calculator, especially when you're doing it alone. So 175 divided by 4 is going to give you 43.75, 43.75. We want a whole number for this, so we draw a line after the whole number. Look at this number, say, is it 5 or above? It is, so this number is going to click up 1. So that means our drops per minute are 44. So that's what you would put in to your machine. It really is just a matter of going over this a number of times and you'll remember how to do it. The purpose of this is to be able to get the correct answer so that you pass your SafeMedicate test. What you do in practice may well be different. The machines may work a lot of things out for you, but this is what you need to do to pass the test. Next one, have a look at your script and see what volume, hours, and drops per mil are.
The volume is 280.
280, yep.
For 2 hours.
2 hours.
And drops per mil is 15.
And drops per mil is 15. Excellent. What we're going to do now is we're going to populate the 3 calculations which we need to do, which is the rate, which is the volume, divided by the number of hours that is infused over. We'll do the drop rate denominator, DRD, which is always 60, divided by drops per mil. And then finally, we do the drops per min, which is the rate divided by the drop rate denominator. So then we populate it from the information that you got from the script. So it's going to be 280 divided by 2. That's going to give us 140. Carry it out in a calculator when you're doing it. Obviously, if you've got a calculator there, always use your calculator. Don't do mental arithmetic. And then we've got 60 divided by 15. Going to give us 4, because 15 goes into 60 4 times. Then we have the rate divided by the drop rate denominator, which is 140 divided by 4. So that should be 35, we will check. So that's going to be 140 divided by 4, which is 35, which is an exact number. Fantastic. Don't have to round it. That's your answer. 35 drops per min.
Volume 300.
Excellent. Yeah.
Hours for hours. 15 drops ml.
We do the same things again. We have the rate, which is volume divided by hours. You have the drop rate denominator, which is 60 divided by drops per mil. Then we have the drops per min, which are the rate divided by DRD, the drop rate denominator. Then we populate this from what you have. So in your question now, we have 300 divided by 4, which should be 75. Let's double check and make sure that's right. 300 divided by 4.
Or is the hours?
Yes, 4 are the hours. You're going to end up with 2 4s in this, but for the rate, it's always the volume divided by the number of hours that you're going to infuse the patient over. The drop rate denominator is going to be 60 divided by 15. So how many times is 15 going to 60? It's going to go in 4 times. And then we want the drops per min. So that's going to be the rate, which is 75, divided by 4. So less than 20, it will be 18.75. Draw a line at the whole number. Look at this number and say, is it 5 or above? The answer is yes. So this number is going to click up 1. So that means that it's going to be 19 drops per min.
This one is 300. Volume 1 hour, 15 drops.
Lovely. So again, we do the same thing. We have the rate, which is the volume divided by the hours. We have the drop rate denominator, which is 60 divided by 15. And we also have the drops per min, which is what we're trying to find. And that's going to be the rate divided by the drop rate denominator. So now we just populate what we have. So that means that volume was 300 divided by 1, which is 300. Drop rate denominator, 60 divided by 15, which I wrote in there, shouldn't have, 60 divided by 15. So that's going to be 4. The rate is going to be 300 divided by DRD, which is 4. So that should be 75. I'll double check it on my calculator. Half of 300 is 150. Half of 150 is 75. Just double check. Wonderful. So the drops per min are 75. Sorry?
Just reading. Oh, everything's gone.
I can't quite catch what you're saying. It's straightforward though, isn't it? When you've been shown how to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
540 ml volume. Hours for hours. In 15 drops. 15, 1 5.
So again, we'll begin and we'll start with the rate, which equals the volume over the hours. Drop rate denominator, which is 60 divided by the drops per mil. And then you have the drops per min, which is what we're trying to find. The rate divided by the DRD, which is the drop rate denominator. So this is going to be 540 divided by 4. So that's going to be 540 divided by 4. It's going to be 135, 135. And then we're going to have the DRD, which is 60 divided by 15. 60 divided by 15. It's going to give us 4. And then we're going to have the drops per min, which will be 135, the rate, divided by 4. And that's going to equal 33.75. Draw a line after the whole number. Have a look at the number after the line. Is it 5 or above? It is. So this clicks up 1. So our answer is 34 drops per min.
Volume 100 ml.
Vol equals 100. Yeah.
Hour 2 hours.
Yeah.
20 drops.
Lovely. So again, we'll start with our first calculation, which is the rate, which is the volume over the hours. Then we have the DRD, which is 60 divided by the drops per mil. Then we have the drops per min, which are the rate divided by the drop rate denominator. So rate is 100 divided by the hours, which are 2. So 100 divided by 2 is going to give us 50. The drop rate denominator is going to be 60 divided by 20. How many times does 20 fit into 60? That's going to go in 3 times. So the drops per minute are going to be 50 divided by 3. That's going to give us 16.666. We'll draw a line down after a whole number. Is this 5 or above? It is. So that means that this number clicks up 1. So that means that our drops per min are 17.
250.
250, thank you.
Hour, 2 hours.
2.
And 20 drops.
Lovely, thank you very much indeed. What we're going to do now is we're going to do the usual calculations. So that is the rate, which is the volume over the hours. Drop rate denominator, which is 60 divided by drops per mil. And then we're going to do the drops per min, which are worked out with the rate divided by the drop rate denominator. The rate is going to be 250 divided by 2, which is going to give us 125. Again, check it on a calculator if you're doing it yourself. The drop rate denominator is going to be 60 divided by 20. Again, check the calculator if you're doing it alone. 20 will go into 63 times. So now we have 125 divided by 3, and that's going to give us 125 divided by 3. That gives us 41.666. Draw a line here, so we can round this to a whole number. Is this number 5 or above? It is, so that means our answer is 42 drops per min.
300 ml. 3 hours. And the drops is 15.
We start again and we say our rate equals volume divided by hours. The drop rate denominator equals 60 divided by drops per mil. And the drops per min is the rate divided by drop rate denominator. The rate is going to be 300 divided by 3, which is going to give us 100. DRD is going to be 60 divided by 15, which will give us 4. And the rate is going to be 100 divided by 4. Always check on a calculator, but that will give you 25 drops per min. So is that all of them?
Yes.
Do you think that you'll be able to try and do them yourself?
Yes. Try.
Excellent.
See, you doing it look easy because you know what you're doing.
But it is easy when someone shows you how to do it. It is easy, and you'll be able to do them no problem.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, keep going. Okay, you're doing really well.